Imagine that it is a hot summer day. The sun is beating down on you, giving you a golden tan. The taste of an ice-cold popsicle or a refreshing lemonade, and the chill of water spraying out of the sprinkler. Now take all of those feelings away and replace it with the illuminating, irritating glow of a phone screen. This is the childhood most kids experience today. Children have grown overly obsessed and accustomed to excessive screen time. After spending a considerate time exploring this topic, I have come to the agreement with experts that there should be a limit on screen time for children. I know that limiting children from something that in the past has been considered resourceful seems unruly, but please consider the factors before ignoring the idea completely. Understand that excessive screen time, what it looks like, what the negative effects are, and how we can successfully limit screen time. What does excessive screen time look like? According to the OSF Healthcare, the CDC reported that children are receiving a lot more screen time than earlier generations. This bar graph shows how much time children spend in front of a screen on a daily basis. Ages 8 to 10-year-olds spend 6 hours on a screen. Ages 11 to 14-year-olds spend 9 hours. And ages 15 to 18-year-olds spend 7.5 hours on a screen. These reports do not include the screen time needed for schoolwork. Now that we have an understanding of what is too much screen time, we can see how it negatively affects children. There are 3 major areas in which screen time negatively affects a child's development. The first of these is language development. The beginning of childhood is essential in acquiring and developing language skills, such as vocabulary and phonology. Human interaction is majorly linked in developing language skills. Dr. Sahir Mipala explains that a growing concern is that excessive screen time limits the quantity and quality of human interaction, which, in result, limits language development. The second effect is cognitive development. Results of a study conducted by Dr. Valerie Carson shows that preschoolers who had higher total screen time were less likely to have better working memory. A Spanish research study shows that there is a negative correlation between the use of screen media and academic achievement. The final effect is social-emotional development. Screen time has been limited to obesity, sleep problems, depression, and anxiety. Angela Webb from Brigham Young University explains that a decline in social involvement because of screen time negatively affects a child's ability to understand, predict, and explain emotions, as well as engage in meaningful interactions. We now know what excessive screen time is and how it negatively affects children. Let's dive deeper into solutions to avoid these problems. The Mayo Clinic Health System suggests 6 tips to help reduce children's screen time. First, we need to be accountable. There should be expectations that are required to follow that cut back on screen time. It is important to be intentional in setting limits. Second, we need to be realistic. Schools use screens as a resourceful way to stay on top of schoolwork and to teach certain topics. You can't expect kids to quit cold turkey. Start small. Third, we need to be engaged with the younger generation. How can we expect children to stay away from the screen when we aren't giving them the attention they desire? Spend time talking to children and giving them your undivided attention. Fourth, put handheld devices away. Out of sight, out of mind. Keep electronics where kids can't see so they are not captivating the child's attention. Fifth, create phone-free zones. Whether it be the kitchen table or the bedroom, create a space where the child knows that no electronics are allowed. This gets them accustomed to not relying on a device in every situation. Lastly, go outside. We can't expect children to be completely satisfied by staying indoors all day doing nothing. Going on walks, playing sports, or going for a swim are perfect examples of outside activities that increases physical health, distracts from screens, and puts everybody in a good mood. Over the past decade, a generation has found a new addiction, one that is severely damaging: screens. It is nearly impossible to live a screen-free life, and a standard amount of screen time is not detrimental, but it is our job to ensure that children understand when screen time gets too much and that taking a break from electronics is not all that bad. The plan to limit screen time from children might seem unruly, but by restricting screen time, we are encouraging positive development in our children. So, close your eyes and imagine that hot summer day. The sun, the popsicle, the water. Now imagine that being celebrated by generations to come. Seems a lot more enjoyable than that irritating screen glow. As Bert Rutan once said, it's not good enough for us to have generations of kids that look forward to a better version of a cell phone with video in it. They need to look forward to exploration.